Yes, there.
Oh, yeah, this is legit. Okay, that's awesome.
Okay, I have the whole features.
Wow, that's cool. I've never really known how to like do this interface, so that's sick.
Well, hello. People are still chiming in to our scheduled live.
Yes,
And I
that's
also have this going on my Twitch. So I have my TikTok
awesome.
broadcasting to Twitch. So if anyone's joining me on Twitch, I'll read the comments from there as well once we get our things. But yes, I'm so excited to meet you. I want to hear all about you because I was looking at your profile and I'm like, you're a very interesting person.
Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, it's awesome to like have another female on here like talking about jam bands, you know.
I know,
It's
yeah.
like
I know.
really sick.
Also, I was very surprised because I think you said your profile says you're 23, right?
Yes, yeah.
Well, you're a Gen Z. So I also
Yeah, I am Gen Z, and I'm trying to get more Gen Z out here with us.
So how did you, I haven't really, okay, so generally when I think of jam bands, I think of the people who were baby boomers who first got into things like the Grateful Dead, and then you think of the Gen X, who I think really took on Phish, for
Yeah.
example. And then of course there's like a lot of millennials who also went on to Phish and like the Dead, and then now I know some millennials like Goose, so I know you're into Goose. So I just wonder, how did you even get into jam bands in the first place?
Well, I
Being
mean,
so
my
young.
dad, you know, loves like he followed the Dead like from '87 on until Jerry, and then at Phish as well in the '90s. Like he was at Amy's Farm and all of that. So he's really like he really raised me on that kind of thing. Like when I was a baby, he would like lull me to sleep with Terrapin, that kind of thing. So I really hated like the Grateful Dead and like jam music. Like when I was growing up, like when my dad would play it, like I would be like, oh, this all sounds the same and whatever, you know. And then I think I got to college and I heard someone playing like Althea and I was like, oh, I should listen to this. And then I kind of got into it. I started going to all these like local cover bands, which we have really great scene out here in San Diego, like just really great Dead cover bands and musicians, and they're all like old, you know. So they've been playing forever. So I think like dancing at those shows really got me into it. But I would say like my pinnacle point of following jam bands was summer of 2023 Dead and Co. Because yeah, that was the first time I'd seen Dead and Co. And I like snuck into the pit with my friends, and like yeah, that was insane.
Where was that at?
That was oh god, Starlight Pavilion, Burgettstown,
In what state is that?
Pennsylvania. Sorry.
So you're from San Diego, but you go to school in East Coast, or you were living
So
out
I
there?
went to Denison in Ohio for like 4.5 years, and then I just graduated in December. So I was like in Ohio. So we'd go around to a bunch of shows basically in the Midwest. That's kind of how it started. And I'm continuing now to live in the Midwest. I live in Indiana because I mean, I kind of prefer it out there. But I mean, I love visiting San Diego, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, my sense, 'cause I'm from California too, I feel that California is very beachy rock. Like,
Yes,
I think
exactly.
because I grew up with, well, obviously, like, see, my parents were from LA too. So my parents liked the Beach Boys. And then I feel like the Beach Boys came into a lot of punk rock is very beachy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
That makes
you
sense.
know,
Yeah.
and just a lot of Southern California rock. It's just a different, that's to me the kind of rock that I grew up with. And when I was a kid, like when I was in high school, I got to see Red Hot Chili Peppers in concert.
Oh,
I
that's
was on a Californication tour, which was like an amazing concert, and Stone Temple Pilots opened for them. So I've always liked regular rock. I don't know what to call it. Like
No,
me.
yeah, like classic rock type. Yeah.
Yeah, like what do you like? I liked the Foo Fighters,
Yeah,
and
okay,
of
I
course
love
that came out of Nirvana. So like when I was growing up, I loved Nirvana. I loved, when Kurt Cobain died, I was like sad. I didn't really understand what was going on because I was like 4, but I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know exactly, but I was like, you're young, but still, he was so influential. So then by the time you realize, it was like when I realized John Lennon was dead before I was born. Like I used to listen to the Beatles as a kid. And then my
Yeah.
mom's like, oh, well, John, I was like, well, tell me about the Beatles. Who are they? She's like, well, John Lennon's dead. I'm like, what do you mean John Lennon's dead? Like, I was like, how could he have died before I was
Yeah,
born?
no,
You know what I mean? Like, it was like this, like,
Yeah, it's hard for kids to like conceptualize.
yeah, I couldn't understand that. I was like, what do you mean John Lennon's not alive? I listen to his music every day. It's good.
Yeah, no. I got like really obsessed with Michael Jackson when I was a kid, and he died like the week I got obsessed with him. So that was like
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
it was like
Jackson
it was
was a very
crazy.
controversial
Yeah.
show, but he was great. I mean, he was the king of rock and roll, so everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else? Like, tell me, have you seen Goose in concert?
Yeah, so I go to like a bunch of Goose shows. So when we first discovered like Dead and Co, we started going to like all these different shows like Mo and like just a bunch of local ones like Tanned, Here Comes the Mummies, just anything basically that would come through like Columbus, which was by our school. And like Goose was playing in Detroit. And my friend like caught them at Kemba. He didn't really know anything about them, but he said they were like incredible. So we went to the Masonic Temple with like 4 other my friends, and like that definitely changed my life. Like that was an incredible show. And like it's funny because most people that are my friends in Goose like were at that show. Either it was their first show or they were there, which is like insane. Like my boyfriend, that was his first show, and like obviously we didn't meet until like the 10th, but like you know what I mean, it's crazy. So and I think like since then, you know, I've hit like 28, so I'm trying to get my numbers up.
Okay, that's a lot. So where are you going to catch them soon? Because I know they're coming to San Francisco.
Yes, yeah. So we're doing so basically we live in Indiana and we really wanted to go to the Gonzo festival that they're doing, but like it's obviously very expensive. We can't like afford to fly to like Cabo. So we're trying to think of like, oh, maybe we can like drive to Cabo, like I don't know. But because my parents live here, we decided like we could park our car at their house and then like fly from Tijuana, which is a lot cheaper. So we're doing that. So we can go to Goose and Cabo. Yeah, so we're gonna go see that like 3-day festival,
and then border into Tijuana where it's cheaper. Yes. Fly from Tijuana to Cabo, then that's really cheap. Then
yes, essentially. So that's what we're doing for Goose. So I mean, hopefully it'll all go smoothly. We have like people that we're staying with there, and it'll be really fun. So
festival, is it rock in general or is it all music?
It's I think it's mostly like there's some like Trevor like he has a DJ set, their bassist, like he's gonna do like a DJ set, but like I think in general it's like Eggy, it's other there's some one jam band Dawes I haven't really heard of on there, but I don't know if they're jam or they're like jam adjacent. But it's like definitely Eggy is jam, Dogs is jam, Andy Frasco is like jam, so really
interesting. I was looking at the Bottlerock schedule.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, they're playing at Bottlerock. And then I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, they got the 4:30 spot. That's not that good.
I know, it's not. I'd honestly kind of hyped. Like, what'll that be like?
It's 4:15 on Sunday. So it's kind of like they have to, like, they're so low on the, I mean, they're not at the bottom. They're not playing.
Yeah, they're not bottom, but like.
At noon or like, you know, the Napa Children's Symphony Orchestra. But like, you know, the headliners, they have, the secondary headliners they have for the main stage are like Sublime, Benson Boone.
Yes.
I don't know who Prunaj Bin is, but I'm sure it's someone. They're playing later than Goose, and then Justin.
I know, I've heard, but yeah, exactly. I mean, Sublime makes sense, and I think isn't Green Day like headlining?
Yeah. Well, Green Day just headlined Coachella, so
okay, then not. Then that was misinformation.
They're on a big movement, right?
But definitely Sublime makes sense. I mean, it would be cool if we could get some kind of Sublime Goose crossover.
Yeah, and the other stage. It's funny though; they're going to be competing with Flow Rida in the other main.
Oh, really? Wait, Gooses?
Yeah, because
oh my god! Wait, yeah, that's awesome. I hope we have a lot of dancing space. That would be great.
It's like 2 stages. So on that Sunday, I'm just looking at it. Like 5:15 is Flow Rida, but 4:15 is Goose. But the set's in an hour, so like people might. It's interesting. But then Cage the Elephant, which
that's going to be incredible. I'm really excited for whatever that's going to be like.
I saw Cage the Elephant at Bottlerock like 5 years ago. It was like before COVID.
Yeah, no, I didn't even. I've been like, I mean, it's so nice to like be in a jam band now because now I know about all these cool festivals like that I can go to. It's really sweet. So I never heard of Bottlerock or anything like that. Is it like out in? It's like green. It's like in Napa, right? It's like
in Napa. It's really nice. It's I'd say it's very millennial and Gen X. So you're gonna feel really young there, but what's good about that is that it's bougie.
Exactly.
Like
it's cool.
It's really good, and they have good facilities. Like the bathrooms are very clean and organized.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you're roughing it. You're like, okay, like the line is very orderly. They have the really expensive porta potties. The food, right. Because Napa is also a culinary city, and it's known for its wine, of course, right? Yeah. So they sell really good food and really good wine. So it's not some. I don't know. For me, sometimes I see things like Lollapalooza looks so fun. I've never been to that. I was like, that looks fun.
I know. Because I live near Chicago and I kind of want to go because it's like Lollapalooza, but there's so many. I don't know if I can do like a giant festival like that. You know what I mean? Okay. Like I'm still debating Bonnaroo.
So you're going to the Cabo thing, and you're coming to San Francisco, or you're not?
So yeah, we're basically gonna try to go up California and like follow them back to Indiana. And then, I mean, do the rest of the tour. I think we're not going to go to Bonnaroo. We're going to, like, take a break until, like, either All Good or Jacobs and then try to follow the rest of the tour. Because my man did the whole summer tour last time, so I think we're just trying to do that, I guess, but also do the West Coast part because we're starting here. So, I mean, obviously, we're probably not going to get into, like, every show, but, like, that's okay. Like, that's kind of, we're just trying to, you know, do what people used to do, basically.
Okay. So, do you think that among Gen Z,
Yeah.
is there, well, I know Gen Z's got really into, like, car camping. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I think they're really into EDM is what they're into.
yes, no, and I like EDM, but is there any kind of Gen Z, like, let's go on the road and follow a band around? Like, is that
I think a lot of that is at Billy right now, which is really good to see. Like, I think there's a lot of, like, people I know in, like, my jam community that, like, follow Billy, and, like, they're all, like, young girls, like, my age, or, like, even in general, just on social media, like, the girls I've talked to that'll, like, hit me up on social media, like, hey, do you ever go to Billy? You know, like, they obviously want more. I think every, like, young girl in every jam community just wants more girls, like, in their jam community to dance with and stuff. So, like, I've definitely seen a lot of more, like, girls at Goose, especially, like, from when I first started following them. Because, like, I've been following them basically straight this, like, past year. And, like, especially since November, we basically didn't miss a show. So, like, I've seen it kind of get, like, a bit younger. And, like, definitely, like, this past February to where I felt like there were a lot more young people there. And a lot more young girls, like, my age, like, college age or, like, higher.
That's
Like, in
great.
their 20s, which is, like, great to see. Yeah. So it's cool traction. I think it's a lot of people from Dead & Co, like, kind of coming over, like, because Dead & Co isn't really touring anymore. And, like, a lot of young girls, like, follow Dead & Co. So it makes sense that, like, that spillover would lead to Goose.
Okay. No, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, it is nice to see that because
Yeah.
I do think, I mean, at least what my impression of what the Phish community was going to be like. So the whole reason this even started was that, and yeah, some people know the story, but basically about 6 months ago, like in September, I guess it's like coming up on a year soon, but I just made a random TikTok. My TikTok was about dating actually, and I had been single after 6 years in a relationship. And so I was like, oh, now I have to like date again. Like, this is so annoying. Like, I'm too old to deal with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had been with my ex-boyfriend for 6 years. So then to like have to meet people again, it was just really annoying.
Mhm.
So then I had never dated guys who were Gen X before because everyone's always been my exact age, basically. And so I went out with some guys who were like 10 years older than me. And then this one guy started talking about like Phish, and I was like, what? Like, I was like, I had heard of it, but I had never like stopped to think, maybe I should listen to that. You know, like it had never.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's like some weird cult thing. You know, like I was kind of like, yeah, I love it, but like, why would I have ever? But it was just a weird, odd question. When you know how when you're having a conversation, it's like a two-way thing. It's like so da 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 da, and it's like kind of open. You want to ask open-ended questions, right? It's a little bit closed-ended to be like, do you like Phish? Like out of nowhere, like no context.
That's what they do, though. That's what we all do, kind of, at this point, though. I do that, too.
It's like,
It's so funny, though. Like, you're right. Like, it's a custom that we've, like, picked up.
But it's just like a random, like it's a first date. We're getting to know each other. It's like we're not talking about music. It's like, do you like Phish? It's like that's kind of like quick, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Wait till the second date.
Exactly. So that happened. Then I go to Vegas, and it happened to be the Sphere weekend where Phish was playing.
Oh, that's so cool.
When I'm in Vegas,
Yeah.
you know, I go to the pool parties, I see the DJs, I wear my cute little cocktail dresses, whatever. And then I'm like looking around the hotel and like the general casino vibes, and I'm like, why are all these like white middle-aged dads here? And they're wearing like tie-dye shirts, you know what I mean? And I was like, what's going on? Like I was just like, there's like so many of them. Like it's like usually it's not that vibe, you know, like they'll be like people that age, but they're wearing like Vegas clothes, you know, like they're like, we're in Vegas, you know. These guys were like in their sandals and their like tie-dye shirts and like, you know, I was like, okay. And then we're like, oh, they're all here for Phish. And then I put it all
Yeah, the collective realization, that's hilarious.
this Sphere is such a large venue that like they just were so many of them, you know?
Yeah.
So then I'm just
No,
like,
I can't imagine.
it was just kind of like, what is this? Like, why is this a thing? You know? So I was just observing that. And so that's kind of it all happened where I was like, this is just a very peculiar thing. And it was something I never really understood because, and now I kind of get it. I didn't get it until I saw them live. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Because I think with all jam bands, you'd probably agree.
That's always what it is. Like, you really can't until, I mean, I didn't really like Goose until I saw them live. Like, my friend would play me the songs and I thought they were okay, but I'd rather listen to like The Dead or whatever, you know?
you can't really just listen to a track and be like, oh yeah, that's cool, I like that. It's like, it's not about the recorded music, it's about the live music
experience. Exactly.
Get it, you know? So like when you're just kind of hearing it, you're like, whatever. I wonder if the chat has anything to say. I'm just gonna read through.
It said EDM is old, so maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. I feel like, I think EDM is old and young.
I think EDM's everything because I really like John Summit right now is so hot. Like,
yeah, that's a big deal.
I think I'd go see John Summit. I want to see John Summit.
Yeah, I got to see him in Scamp, and that was really cool. Like, I think like most jam festivals, like with young people, have EDM elements, like Electric Forest and like Scamp, obviously, which is like not really a camping festival anymore, but like that's what's funny about it. And I think what Goose is doing, but it sucks that they're doing it in Mexico, you know what I mean? Because that's such a like, it's obviously like a dead ahead type thing. It's not, or like a Phish Riviera for like, you know, the rich people, right? They don't want like their fan or like their young like fans there necessarily. It's not that they don't want us there, but it's like, you know what it's for. But like I think they could do, like they have the potential to do their own jam festival like without any EDM. In like Legend Valley or something. I think that would be really cool if they get big enough.
This Cabo thing I'm looking at.
Yeah.
It literally looks like the same producer that does the Phish Riviera.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's all the same like deep state jam stuff.
It literally looks the same. It's like we are the people that put on things. I was looking at the other bands and stuff, but
yeah, exactly. And like that's why we're going is like the other bands too. Like we love Aggie, we love Dogs. Like, you know, it's just like it sucks that it's just like, oh, it's in Cabo.
No, it definitely is totally. This is totally a high end thing. Like
this exactly. I know. I feel like wrong going to like there's so many people that are so much like in a better position in a society that like are just very generous to us that make that possible. You know.
I mean,
just like we're very grateful. Like that's often what a lot of patronage in the Goose community, like especially for young people, just because like like it's a lot of like old deadheads that like want to dance with young people.
So do they pay for your tickets?
Yeah, but like or just like Miracle You or like that's mostly what it is just like having tickets. Like I initially would because Goose tickets like really aren't that expensive. Like the ones for the last tour they're like $60, but like for things like Cabo or like Goose Miss like. Or like if like they, sometimes they'll just give you like a super Ted or just like give you their space, you know, that kind of thing. So because like people always ask like because I always, you know, get up front and people are always like, oh my god, like you're so like rich or whatever, you know. They just love to like call girls out on shit, like just whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's like, okay, what if I was rich, like who cares, right? But it's just like
you while you're there at the front.
Yeah, or not while I'm there, but like I'll post videos of like the band like really close,
okay, so
you know.
Yeah, and then they're like, who do you think you are?
Yeah, like, oh, you're always in the front or whatever. But it's like, because I have, you know, these older friends that have the IP and they want to dance with me. So, you know, they like, and like, like, it's great. Like, we get everybody dancing, you know, like once people see young people dancing, like, it's not just me, it's like me and like my boyfriend and like whoever else like we're with. Like, when you see young people dancing, it like, it makes it okay to like really let loose. And like, I've seen that happen, you know, especially like the last run and in like Grand Rapids, there were definitely a lot of people there where it was like their first show and like they weren't really dancing initially. And then like by a second set, like we're all dancing in the same space. So it's just like, dancing is so important, like for having fun and like just having everybody like let loose and have it be like that church experience, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think I just think it depends on who happens to be at the concert. I mean, what I really liked about seeing Phish, my first experience was in Bill Graham in San Francisco, is that it was indoor and that it was general admission. So,
exactly. That's what's really great.
I thought that was great because I was able to go wherever I wanted. I mean, the people who want seats went to the second floor where they have, and everybody else was just on the floor. Mm-hmm. And it was great because the second night I made it to the rail. The first night.
There you go. Exactly. Like you can always get there. You know what I mean? Like you don't even need. Yeah.
I was surprised. I thought it was going to be like so crowded up there, but there's more like pockets of crowdedness. And then it's almost like people are too afraid to go to the front that they just.
Yes, exactly. And it's like exactly. It's just about like finding like that space because I think like Goose Miss, for example, like I wasn't on the rail, but like the second row like was so much space for some reason. So I had so much dancing space, but I was still like in the front. it's like, I used to be like really obsessed with riding the rail, you know, and I think probably just like the status of it or whatever, like bullshit. But like, I mean, I just get like lost in like looking at the singer. And then also it's kind of harder to dance when you're on the rail. And I find like I get a much better experience or a much more like healing experience if I'm like not on the rail. So, you know.
Has your dad gotten into Goose?
So that's my whole thing is like my dad, I did get my parents tickets to Goose because because here's the thing is that he like was a huge Deadhead and always played the Dead. But for some reason, I never heard him once talk about Phish. And for some reason, when I got into Goose, all of a sudden he's like, oh, they sound like Phish. Oh, I'm the biggest Phish fan ever. And now he only plays Phish. And like whenever I play Goose, I'll play it loudly in my room. He always starts blasting Phish down at me, like, and we just start like, you know, jam warring. Whenever we go to like the lot at shows, he always plays me like this one free that he like loves, and it's like the same one every time, and he doesn't like remember that it's the same one every time. And I'm like, okay, like I get it, like, and it's just so awful. But like, I really want him to come to a Goose show with me because he went to Goose in San Diego and like he loved it. Like he said like, yeah, it sounds like Phish, but like, I mean, the songs are really good. Like he had a good time. He got a Factory Fiction. Like my parents don't even understand the significance of that. You know, that like never play that song. But like they won't come to Goose with me, and I'm just trying to get them to fly out and go to Goose with me, and like it's so hard to get. They're like, oh, we don't want to travel for music, we have so much good music, you know.
How old are they?
They're like oh god, they were born in 1970, so like 54 55 ish. My dad's actual birthday's on like Saturday.
Yeah, to me that's the peak Phish fan age.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just so funny. He's just being stubborn. Like he's just stubborn, you know what I mean? And I just like, I know that if he came to Goose with me, like I just want him to, it's like, okay, you had fun at Goose before, can you just come and have fun at Goose with me? Like it's like, it obviously means more to me than to him, which is like fine, but it's like, okay, you can do that though, like, you know.
What I love about you and our age difference is that we're exactly the inner generation where like your parents, like my parents are now 68 years old, your parents are 55. We're like all 15 years from each other, but like it's easier to be connected to the generation next to you than the generation 2 away from you.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
You, the Gen Xers are your parents. For me, the Gen Xers are my babysitters. So like,
yeah.
I was a kid, and you had millennials as your babysitter.
Yes, exactly. And that's why like most of my friends at Goose were like millennials.
Yes, because so I grew up with like when I was 5, I remember my babysitter was like 16, right? And I thought she was like the coolest person in the world, you know, like, but she was like 1975, you know what I mean? Like, but at the time I was like, wow, Gen X, they're like so cool, you know? But now for you guys, all the Gen Zs have Gen X parents.
Yes, exactly. Which is cool. Like,
I know, they're cool. I mean, like my parents are boomers, so it's like they're the generation that ruined the world. So
yeah, and I mean my parents.
Why can't you buy a house? We just, you know, bought our house for $50,000 in California. You know, it's like now
it's awful.
It's like, yeah,
and I don't understand anything. Exactly.
This is so cool that you two are connecting. We have comments.
Yes, that is awesome. I know. I like didn't like it was cool to discover. I feel like, did you make like a TikTok about like going to Phish like for the first time? Yeah, I think I probably saw that, and that was like cool. Like because you did seem familiar. I like recognized.
It happened that I've kind of learned the TikTok algorithm a bit.
Well,
it actually matters what you speak in the first sentence.
That makes sense. I think I probably kind of have gauged that too.
If I start a Phish post and I say Phish, and then I talk about it, gets picked up in the algorithm. If I just talk and then later I tag that's about Phish, it doesn't have the same. So what I figured out is when I did the inflammatory Goose post, which was on purpose, by the way.
No, I know. That's what I figured. I mean, that's why people were tagging me in it, you know. It was clear that they wanted, like, it was cool.
I was the algorithm, and I was like, Goose, the band. And then I was like, oh, it's working. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and that's exactly what I do with Phish, and it sucks that I have to do that to get Goose, you know what I mean, views. Like, but it's, like, obviously what I do. Like, I figured it out, you know. Yeah. Like I would be posting editing these Goose clips forever, and they wouldn't do anything until I mentioned something about Phish, and then all of a sudden, you know.
Yeah, you kind of have to like talk about Phish and then you talk about Goose because that's where exactly. It's literally a Phish talk tag, like hashtag Phish talk, and you're like, okay, it's crazy. Okay, so here's a question for you: if I'm gonna review my first Goose reactions. I've never watched them once. I've not heard a single song. I have not even listened to them yet. I've not watched a single live concert. What should I react to first? What's the concert and the song or the set that I listen to?
All right. Well, I think it should be either one of these two. And so there's these two videos that they posted, because they posted like the full show from Grand Rapids, but they also posted their 726 Madhuvan Encore. I think probably your best reaction would be to that, just because like, 726 and Madhuvan are kind of different songs, so it kind of will give you two different vibes of like what they make. And then also like the lights are like insane. And I mean, I personally think I've never heard them play better than that. So I think you should probably react to that one. It's just on their YouTube, like you'll see it. But I mean, I think that would probably be, it would give you like a good content. And like, I think I posted some clips of it, and like a lot of people were like, oh, like as a Phish fan, like I'm actually really impressed. Like, what is this or whatever? Like, so it's a cool, like, I think it was really a good moment for Goose where they were able to reach a lot more people with their jamming. Yeah.
No, I'm excited. I think that'll be good, because also what I've done on my YouTube channel, because YouTube's like boomers basically. So on YouTube, I like now I've been kind of starting to cross post on YouTube, and I have a lot of engagement now. And boomers love writing comments on YouTube. That's like
that makes sense, because the YouTube comments are like they tell like a story like a lot of the times.
They're like arguing with each other. It's like all thing. So I reviewed the Grateful Dead for the first time. And so now I have all the Deadheads showing up being like, oh, let me tell you about this, and let me tell you about this happened. And then Jerry Garcia was addicted to drugs, and then he had a stroke.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And then he forgot everything, but then he relearned it. And I'm like, this is a lot of lore. Like, I'm just like, this is like a lot of lore to get. Okay, so tell me about, when was Goose founded? Like, how did it start?
Well, they were initially like another band. There was like members of a band called Vasuda. Wait, Vasuda. Okay, honestly, can you fact check me here? Because they had like another band, and then like Rick like wanted to start another band, so he like made one like called Goose with like most of the members of Vasuda plus what? Plus Peter. Then Peter joined, but like it was initially with like Matt Campbell. Like he had a band with like Matt Campbell. That's why like Matt Campbell's so involved in Goose. But basically, like all you really need to know is like they had a lot of like turnover and stuff. So like Trevor is like the bassist is like his best friend from like middle school. Like he taught him how to play the bass and everything. So like him and Trevor and like Matt Campbell like kind of had a band, and then like added Peter when it became Goose. And then they had like Ben, and they had like a couple different drummers. Jeff joined in 2020. And then now obviously Ben left in 2023. Cotter joined. Cotter's been at it for like a year, and then Jeff recently got kicked out. So now they're a 4-person band, but like most real Goose fans know that like this is the moment we've been waiting for.
Why did Jeff get kicked out of the band?
Well, I mean, we kind of observed like Jeff's decline just because we hit these like 18 shows in a row to when he got kicked out. Like in November, we noticed like the band's vibes were off. He really like wasn't doing anything. He was like hitting his vape on the stage, and they also like changed the stage setup to kind of put him like behind Cotter rather than like the two drummers how they had initially. So like they were kind of trying to hide him a little bit, and like that was kind of, I think, probably the beginning of the end. We saw like at Goose Miss, we saw like a little bit of like the band like kind of acting weird or like disassociative, I guess, like through the buses. It looked like they were like uneasy during the day. I don't know. There could have been some like drama going down at Goose Miss is like my theory. But also there was this rumors for like a while that Jeff was like messaging a bunch of girls. A lot of girls like were regularly like messaged by Jeff. He liked photos, like watches their story, whatever. But like, I don't know about if they were like high school age. Like a lot of people like to blow it up and be like, oh, they were high school age girls. I don't think there's any real allegations against him. I just know that he was like, he got in trouble initially like a while ago for doing that. And it's kind of something that he still does.
A guy who is going into DMs and using his rock star status.
Exactly. And it's funny because like he was the least rock star of like all the members. So it was just kind of funny. But
so like where were they from though? The original members when they like met?
All from Connecticut, I believe.
Connecticut. So it's also East Coast. I find that.
East Coast, like Phish. So.
In the upper, I call that.
Yeah, I don't know what's in the water in Connecticut because I think Eggie's also from Connecticut.
Right, Vermont and like Connecticut. Yeah. So, okay, it's so interesting because I live in the Bay Area, and the Grateful Dead were from Palo Alto, so it's like very different. It's weird that it's like started on the West. Technically.
Yeah, no, it is interesting. And I think that's why like a lot of Goose songs talk about like the West Coast, you know, California Magic or like Western Sun. Like it's kind of like their like imagining of like California and like kind of the dead energy of California, but like as the East Coast perspective, which is cool.
Wow.
And I'm excited to see them on the West Coast because I've never seen them on the West Coast before.
I think what's going to be an interesting challenge for them is the fact that they've already had so much turnover in the band.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie. Like this, I don't know much about jam.
They've had turnover in the band for a while though. Like they, you know what I mean? Like for kind of like, as they were progressing, I think like they had a solid, you know, with Ben and Jeff, that was like a solid run. But technically Jeff wasn't even contractually like in the band yet.
Wow.
According to one of my friends, like because they kind of like, you have to be in the band for a certain amount of time. And like Cotter, for example, like still isn't technically in the band yet type. But like obviously because he hasn't been in it for long enough. Okay. But, you know, I don't know this whole issue with like the organ. I know that, you know, like there was a lot of drama with the Jeff, like on Instagram, you know, typing all this stuff, talking about having to not sign an NDA or like whatever drama. You know, it's like if you didn't sign an NDA, then like tell us what they would make you sign an NDA for. You know what I mean? Like it was just a lot of like stupid shit. Like I think he's just mad that he got caught for being like schemy and like using a position of power.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it was kind of normal that he did that. I think no one really questioned it because it's kind of like a normal thing for rock stars to do. I just think, you know, I think like Goose probably leveraged that a little bit once they realized how good they sounded without him. So like, yeah, maybe they are assholes, right? For like doing that. But I mean, I think it's just because they sound so good now. Like this needed to happen.
He was kind of holding it back. I see
yeah.
that.
He was just holding back the jamming. I mean, if you like in Milwaukee, there was this moment during the Arcadia where everybody like started cheering in the middle of the song because we like all collectively realized how good they sounded without Jeff and how much differently they were playing. And it's like not even because Jeff was like bad or that he didn't do anything. It was more just like they're all like in a row and they can communicate with each other better and they're just jamming a lot tighter. And like Rick only has to worry about looking at one drummer. Like you can tell that they're like less healthy.
Anyway. Yeah, why do they have drummers? What's that?
So like I definitely see people's concerns with being like, oh, they're going to be gone in a couple of years because I mean, you know, they're having so much like who are they going to fire next? But like this, like I think that, you know, Jeff getting kicked out was a direct result of Cotter joining last year. Like it looks bad that they lost 2 drummers, right? But it's actually just like because Cotter joined and they realized, oh, we don't need 2 drummers when we have this guy. Like it just makes sense. So
I fixed the layout. I can be bigger. I was like,
oh, that's cool. Yeah, I know. I was wondering about that.
No, I'm gonna figure out. This is all new and to me in terms of doing how many people. At least I'm bigger. I'm okay with that. I don't have to be huge. I just wanted to be like slightly similar size. So it's so interesting. Like you know so much about this band. I mean, this is the other thing. Maybe this was the formula. Like some bands, they kind of just make it right away. And this is a really obscure example, but okay, Maroon 5 was a totally created band in the sense that what happened is Adam Levine actually had been in a bunch of bands. He had been in different bands in LA and he was like, it never like hit big. Like there were even albums he recorded with different bands and it never hit. Then the producers, they were like, wait a minute, we're going to put this new band together. It's going to be Adam Levine, head like singer. And then they put together Maroon 5 kind of like commercially. And it just popped off. Like he had been in music already for so long doing other stuff. It's just people didn't know him until then.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sometimes it's about getting the right combination of people.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And I think that once they added Cotter, that like became the right combination. Because I mean, I would talk to people like I remember at Goose Miss 2023, like people that have been to a bunch of shows, and they're just like, you know, these 3 guys in the front, like, are irreplaceable. Like Peter, Rick, and Trevor, like, you know, forever. And no one ever mentioned the drummers. No one really ever talked about the drummers. Like the drumming was never like what people noticed in like a Goose song, right? Like people would notice like the guitar and like how cool the bassist looked or like the piano. But now people are like, oh my God, like he's like a part of it. He's soloing. He's like just as much as Rick's guitar as Cotter's drums. So it's like that's all they really needed was like just one good drummer. Because like Phish is 4 people, and like Eggy's 4 people. Like a lot of really good jam bands are 4 people. So it makes sense.
I don't think you need like an 8-piece band. You know what I mean? Like it's like Phish seems to be just fine. In fact, I was actually very impressed at the concert how much music 4 people could make.
Exactly. I mean, and that's what's impressive about it. And they, again, like I have never heard so much percussion in these last few like Goose shows. Like they had 2 drummers, and yet I haven't heard this much percussion until now. Like it's really what it is. So
you have too much, it gets too messy. Like you can only do so much. Even Phish at times when they're jamming and they're purposely trying to sound dissonant and they're trying to be really the whole time signatures are going on. They're in multiple keys. It's really dissonant. And I'm like, this is a lot. Like then imagine if there was like 2 more people doing that. You know, like it would be too much.
Yeah, no, that would be really funny.
So yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay, and then so you're gonna go to Cabo next. You're gonna follow up to maybe San Francisco, and then you're gonna go along the tour as they go back east.
Yes, and then hopefully just do the whole thing. You know,
living the hippie lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, we're really trying, and we're trying to get as many other people to do it too. Like, I think it's super healing, and I think it's a great way to find community, and like that's what we're really lacking right now, like as young people. So.
I know. Actually, no. I feel bad for your generation all the time. Like, all the time. I've been teaching. In fact, when I started teaching, people around your age, like 20, you're like 23 years. So, like, the 24-year-olds now were the kids I first taught in the beginning of my career when they were like 8. So, I've watched your whole generation grow up, and I'm still teaching kids in high school now who are the youngest Gen Zs. But I've definitely seen that. You guys had to grow up with social media. You had to grow up with the internet, everything being photographed. Then you had COVID during like the worst time of your life to possibly have a pandemic. Like it was terrible. And then don't you think most people your age are just obsessed with TikTok and like they don't do anything or interact with anybody?
Yeah, there's a lot. It sucks. I mean, I like feel bad. Like, I think it's affected me like just as much. Like, the only reason I think I wasn't drawn into it as much was because I was in college. It's very social. But like once you're out of college, like there really isn't anything but like TikTok. There's a huge lack of like third spaces or whatever they call them.
Third space.
That's what like Goose is for us, and like, and I feel like it is for so many other people in our community, and I feel like young people would love having that. I mean, it's so it's so good, it's so fun, and like so many people that I played Goose for like really love what they hear. And I'm just like, just get to a show, and like it's work. Like I've gotten some people to go. Like I remember this one kid, I met him at like some summer program, and I was just like, he heard him, he liked him, and he went to the Man, and that was like a really big Goose show. It was like the best tumble they ever played or whatever, and I was like, damn, like I got him to go to like their best show. It was crazy. So it's just you never know.
You really never know. I really think I actually felt that a lot when I went to the Phish show. But again, when I kind of realized what was like, whoa, like I kind of had this like big picture moment, that the fact that there was like so many people that are all gathered around one thing, but that there were so many different types of people, and everyone was very accepting. Like I personally don't do any drugs. Like I that's it. Like I don't do drugs, but I'm not like upset if people do drugs around me. Like it's not exciting to me. But I also felt like no one was judging me for not doing drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, exactly. Like,
which I liked, because I was a little nervous because they have a reputation that it's like, oh, everyone's just going to be doing whippets and like everyone's on acid and stuff. Like they're like, everyone's going to be tripping and everyone's just going to be so high. Like you have no idea. And I'm like, And so all I really saw was like people were passing joints around. And I'm like, okay, like.
Yeah, that's mostly what it is. Like.
Like that's nothing new. Like that's
exactly. And then like obviously after the show, like you'll hear the nitrous tanks, but it's like it's just funny. It's just part of it. It's hilarious.
I mean, obviously everyone has their own way of expressing their what's the word? It's like everyone has their own relationship with the band and what that
and how they like reach the music or whatever.
And how they connect with that. And then that could be through partaking in substances or not. Or even just like the truth is though, even when you're just taught in dancing, right? And I think for me, like I have ADHD, so I felt, at first I thought I was going to hate Phish because things were going to be so drawn out. I thought like, oh my God, so when I first did my first reactions and I saw that the performance that I was, because people would be like, they would like request that I should review. And then I opened the YouTube video and I'm like, this is 27 minutes. And I was like, oh my God, like what did I sign up for? I was like, oh my God. So that was my like attitude at first. I was like, this is going to be a long listen. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. It's going to be like torture. And then as I started listening to it, I was like, oh, this is like interesting. And then my ADD brain kind of got fired up. Oh, we have something bad. Oh, we discussed substances, so we're under a strike right now.
Oh, it always does that. Yeah.
We have to keep it in.
It always does that.
We'll
It's
get
just like, it's so annoying.
like, you've been restricted. You da, 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 da. And I'll be like, can we like whatever? Yeah, it's so annoying. It's because there's literally videos on TikTok of Huron like corn, right? And they banned. It's like, oh, it's AI, so it's fine. It's like,
Yeah.
whatever.
No, it is AI. It's so annoying. I mean, people will just report me for anything. Like, if they don't like what I say, they'll just report me. It's great.
That's true. People don't.
It's great.
Everything's AI. It's like everything's controlled. Nothing's. Well, Twitch seems fine. No one's bothering me on Twitch. So
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Yeah, Twitch. I know. That's why I was like thinking, like when I did other live streams, like I would love to be like, oh, maybe Twitch is better because I keep getting like banned or whatever. But I mean, I never like, I don't know.
What have you done on live so far? Like, what are you? Like,
I mean, I used to do when I was like in college. I used to do like more like lives about like my like research and stuff like that. But then obviously like because I had a lot of goose shows planned, like it quickly became the account became more about like my goose like experiences and stuff like that. And like that, I just usually just go live, like play a show or like react to a show. Lately, I've been like reacting to the studio versions and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I usually just go live pretty sporadically and just kind of like rant about stuff. And, sometimes it gets a lot of traction.
Your boyfriend is also on this. He's like along with you. Like you guys are like together.
Yeah, we do. We found each other through it, and then we do it together. And yeah, it's all you need. It's great.
It reminds me of like if it was 1968 and you guys are just like, let's just like not work and just like go around together.
Yeah, I mean, like we're teachers, so like he gets like paid summers off, so like that's what makes it like possible. And then obviously like remote teaching too. But yeah, like definitely like prioritizing that over like working in person so we can do this is like a big thing. And like they didn't even have that in the 60s, so like that's really nice. But they also had free shows in the 60s, so.
Okay, well, it's good you have a job, so that's good. I was wondering, I'm like, how are you?
Yeah, I know. Everyone is always talking about that.
Real hippie, because like I feel like real hippies didn't work and they kind of just made money. I don't know. I have these people in my chat who goes,
like I definitely have to for this summer because I'm so sad.
Just like made money by like selling like they buy water bottle, like sell soda, like resell, soda, like making money out, like figuring it out as they went. Like
I mean, I'm probably gonna have to do something like that. I don't know. Like I make art that I wanted to sell, but like I need to produce it and stuff like that. I don't know. Someday.
Like an online medium now for art.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just so because there's a lot of like artists like in the Goose community. We have like these flow downs, it's like a play on the shakedown, but like a lot of like local artists are in our community, like always there. And like I kind of was like, oh, I could like make these posters, like do similar thing, but eventually, I'm just like worried about following the band right now.
Okay.
Like surviving, once I get like used to it. I mean, we're pretty used to it at this point, but yeah, I don't think I've ever done like a tour this long, like a full tour. We did like the whole Midwest mini tour, and that was like huge. So
hold on, I'm gonna look up this Goose tour right now so I can like go through it with you.
Yeah, no, it'll be
read this out because I'm like so interested in this. Okay, this is in order. Okay, so apparently they're gonna go to the Netherlands briefly. Oh wait, that's
Wait, really? We don't even. Are there new tour dates?
No, that always gets like confused because there is a goose from Belgium.
There's a goose from Belgium, apparently.
There's a doppelganger.
There's a second goose in Belgium. I didn't know that.
I found a real website. Okay, Ticketmaster. This is legit. Okay, so after San Francisco, they're playing 2 nights in San Francisco after Bottlerock. Then they're going to Bend, Oregon. That's probably gonna be cool. Then Spokane, Washington, and then Boise.
Yeah.
2 nights in Boise. Then they were down to Vegas, random. Okay. Be hot. Brooklyn Bowl, Las Vegas.
Brooklyn Bowl, I mean. I was just thinking about Phish show.
Colorado, 2 nights. Then from Colorado all the way to Missouri. That's going to be a long drive.
Yes. Well, I mean, yeah. We like drove like 22 hours straight to get out here, so it'll be better than that.
You're young. You have youth.
We're young. We have youth.
Still sleep in cars, right? Like that sounds.
We do, yeah, and it's comfortable so far, so.
That's nice. Yeah, that's just nice because you have a boyfriend, so you can do that. I think
exactly. That's the only reason. Like last summer, I was doing it like alone. I was going on like the Greyhound, and I don't know how I survived. Like I could have gotten killed. I have no idea how I survived.
Yeah, I have memories from like my early 20s where I did great, like a little bit. Like if my daughter does, like my daughter's in high school right now. If my daughter's doing that when she's 20, I'm gonna be a little bit like maybe she just like go with someone and get a hotel. You know
Exactly. Yeah. It's hard to do it alone for sure. But I mean, I wanted to see Goose. What can you do?
Yeah, well, no, I'm glad you have a boyfriend now because it makes it. And I think a lot of men, and this is the thing. This is a male. We have a mostly jam band male audience, right?
Yes.
I think in general, men don't really understand the female experience of being constantly cautious about safety that they don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
Like this baseline, like they don't have to worry about. Like I'm literally like, okay, for example, oh, I'm going to be out late till 2 a.m. I'm like, okay, will I have lighting? Will I have a key to like stab someone? Do I have pepper spray? Like how many people are going to be around? Like those are the thoughts that go through girls' heads when we're like, oh, I want to do X, Y, Z. We're always worried. There's like one other thing where the guy can just like show up and just be like, I'm here, you know? So it's really good you found a Goose boyfriend. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, Goose boyfriend.
Unless a girl has like a group of like, I think like 3 girls together, it's okay. I think even 2 can be a little. As long as you have 3 girls, I feel like you can do almost anything.
Definitely, yeah. But yeah, you just need something. You just need some people. Yeah, 2 girls, no. I think 3 girls is powerful. I think you're right.
Yeah. Like you can still be like, oh, watch my drink while I go to the bathroom, and then you can still get drugged because like your friend can't watch it every second. You know, you kind of need like that extra person. I don't know. It's just like we're gonna go to the bathroom, watch our stuff, and sort of have 2 people watching our stuff. Yeah, I don't know. There's just like little things like that I don't think men think about. So okay, Missouri. Then it's going to Tennessee. You're gonna do all this?
So are we doing? I guess we are doing Tennessee, right?
Bonnaroo.
Wait, no, Bonnaroo's in Tennessee.
What's before Bonnaroo?
We should be going from Missouri to Indy. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so you're skipping. Oh wait, that's not that. Bonnaroo Music Festival. Oh yeah, Bonnaroo Music Festival is in Tennessee.
Yeah, we're doing like the factory in St. Louis, and then I believe Whitewater and Indies after that. That's when we're stopping, and then we're going to like All Good.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we were gonna not go to All Good, but like J-Rad's playing All Good. So many people are playing All Good, so we might have to go to All Good.
It's a major tour. I mean, this is like, and they're gonna play in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, which again, like we don't think we're gonna be able. I don't like if we were not gonna be able to. Yeah, if we were not gonna be able to get into any show, it would probably be MSG, where we just be outside or whatever. But like, who knows?
No, I mean, this is very impressive. Like this.
But we're just trying, you know.
Through this like schedule, I'm like, this is a very rigorous summer tour. Like these people are going to be working hard. Like,
exactly. It is hard work. It's not job work, but it is work.
Yeah.
Someone said STS9 is doing an All Good pre-party as well.
Now we have to go. Yeah, we have to go. We have to go. All Good seems good. All Good seems. Seems like a good. I mean, 2 sets. Like the only reason we don't want to do the Louisiana was just because it was like 1 set, so it didn't seem like super worth it.
Yeah, that's at a festival. I noticed that, but they're doing it on like the same day as their other concert. It sounds insane.
Yeah, no, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they did that.
Yeah, it's like they must be playing an early set in the morning, and then that night they're going to be in Indianapolis doing 7:30 p.m. That's insane. They're going to be so tired. Like they're in a festival, probably in an early slot, and then they go and travel like a few hours and then do the Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's insane. I didn't know that. So that's what they're gonna do. That's crazy.
Actually, I had to read the Ticketmaster very closely, but then it made sense to me. It was like,
wow, yeah, they're gonna be tired.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's insane.
On the same day, June 12th, Indianapolis, 7:30 p.m.
So, oh my god. So so they're playing like in the morning at Bonnaroo or like earlier.
Let's look it up. Bonnaroo schedule lineup. Bonnaroo. I've never heard of Bonnaroo. See, I'm in California. I'm like, what was that?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I hadn't heard of it either, but then when I came out here, it was like the biggest deal.
Yeah.
Or, I'm not out, I guess I'm in California again, but in general.
It's going to be there. It's crazy. It's all in one day.
That is actually insane. I didn't know that. I didn't think about that.
Wait, it's a lot of...
Well, that's like where I just kind of wish that we could like get a ride on their bus. Like, come on, guys.
Are you yet? Like, are you guys like known? Or
yeah, I mean, I don't know if like all of them know are like my name specifically, but like the band like knows me because of various like instances. The bassist does follow me on Instagram and he like watches my stories, which is really cool. But like I've talked to him like a bunch, so like and I held up this sign that was really funny. That was like Trevor like fuck me in the bass or whatever. He really liked that, but like. You know, like Cotter, like gay, like basically I like bled out on the rail at one of the shows. And like, I think that's when they were like, all right, this girl is crazy. Cause I also like last summer I threw like a Frisbee at Rick with my number on it. Like there's all these like moments where they're like, oh, this fucking girl again, you know?
Yeah, you gotta be #1 groupie.
Exactly. But like they know me now, like, and they'll be like really sweet about it. Like they'll like wave to me, and like Cotter came out and like gave me a drumstick one time. Like it was just really like they're really sweet. Like they know how hard Wheel Works like follow them and stuff. So they're like give us a lot of like cool fan service.
And
But
where do the fans mostly? Where do you guys all talk? Like, is it on Reddit? Is it on Facebook? Like, what's the sit?
yeah, I think I mostly like I think well the fans that go to shows don't really talk on Reddit. Like Reddit can kind of be a bit skewed. Like I try to talk to people on Reddit, but it's kind of hard to connect because it's like a lot of just like incel men, you know. But like I think like I talk to people on here. This has been like the reason I've like really like making like Goose content and stuff is because I just like find so many fans on here and like people that I've like seen at shows that I've been able to like meet up with at shows because like I met them on TikTok or whatever, which is like really cool.
Yeah, I think TikTok is an app that actually connects people. Like, it's so easy. It's so
niches too, like specifically.
It's so easy to go live. It's so easy to content gets uploaded so quickly. It's so easy to search for things you're looking for. So I find that's useful. And yeah, so I think what would be fun. I think this would be. Don't think this would be fun if you make it to San Francisco. But aside from that, I start doing some reactions to Goose ahead of time.
Yeah.
Then I come to the San Francisco show.
Yes.
Both. Okay. Because I live.
Yes. Collab.
And then we can like meet up, and then we can like film some content together.
Yeah.
And, like,
that would be really fun.
Like in person, like millennial meets Gen Z. Like,
I mean, yeah, no, I think that would be super fun. And like, yeah, definitely having someone to make content and Goose with, like, that's sick. I think your reaction videos are gonna do like really well. I mean, definitely like the 7-2, like I think that will be really cool. I think like a lot of Goose fans would really appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean,
I think that's such a good idea. So
I'm
definitely excited.
Oh, I saw your thing where you were like, I want to be in a Weezer cover band. You know, I love Weezer.
Oh my god, I feel like Goose is the Weezer of jam bands. Like I feel like that should be like a more known, talked about thing. Like because everyone hates them, but like I mean they're good. I think they're obviously musically like maybe a little bit better than Weezer, but like I think like culturally like that's what it seems like.
Okay. To me, Weezer's also like the most Gen X. It's kind of Zennial, honestly.
I know. I loved Weezer in like high school for some reason.
Like the young Gen X, old millennial. So basically, like me. It was like, but in high school, I was like a little young when their first album came out, and then when their next albums came out, and then when Island in the Sun came out, I was in high school. So that was like kind of mainstream. Island in the Sun. That's what I mean by like that SoCal sound.
Yeah. That exactly. No, and I love that SoCal sound, and that's like basically what I grew up like listening to too in high school and stuff.
Yeah, to me that's like the very SoCal vibes.
But I definitely think Goose like taps into that a lot, which is cool, especially with like their new songs, or like one of their new songs. Your Direction sounds like kind of like a alley rock or like surfer rock. I think at least, but
I guess there was like the Goose guitarist sat in with Phish, or what happened? There was something I need to watch. Or
wait, recently?
Not. I don't know. Someone's like, you need to watch so and so. And then, this is the one thing. This is a pet peeve though I have, which I thought was so funny. So whenever I was having a comment about Goose, or people start fighting in the chat, like there'll be the Goose and Phish fans fighting in my
exactly. Yes.
And then every Goose fan brings up the same thing, which I find so weird. They're like, well, they were just on NBC. I'm like, why are you guys all talking? They were just on NBC News. I'm like, what? Who cares? Like, I was just like, it was such a funny thing that everyone was referencing. No, they're really big. They were just on NBC. I'm like,
it is kind of funny. I really wish they would like be able to get a bigger gig, like maybe on Jimmy Fallon or something. You know what I mean?
Like they were on NBC News. I'm like, okay. I mean, they're going on a massive summer tour. I would hope.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like we could say like, oh, they sold out Forest Hills, you know, or like that kind of thing. Like that's more of a. I liked posting the CBS clips because it seemed like people were like seeing them for some reason, even though they played that morning show before. Like for some reason, it seemed like they were getting exposure. But yeah, I know. I wish it's just funny, like, because they are like a huge band to like the people that are there, and like the crowds that they pull are insane. But like the mainstream, you know, like a lot of people know Goose through me.
Oh, okay. Kevin just texted on the chat. Sorry.
Oh yes.
He said, "I've never listened to a live Goose before. Can you recommend a show for me to listen to?"
I think honestly, Grand Rapids Night 2. It's on YouTube. It's like the Valentine's Day show. It's so good. It's a fun one. It has like a lot of their hits too.
Night 2.
Night 2. Night 3 is also great, but night 2 is like so fun. So
don't worry, guys. I'm gonna clip up this live, and I'm gonna be posting it on TikTok as little clips. Yeah, we can go another few minutes. I can go. Let's go another like 5 minutes or so.
Yeah,
and
that's perfect. Yeah.
And then because I have to teach at 3:30, but I need a little break. But I'm good.
Yeah, I know. I like have to do some.
I'm trying to get my Twitch up to 1 hour streaming, so I'm at 58 minutes. So I'm like, okay, we need to go a few more minutes. Hi, everybody. Anyone else want to talk about their love? Okay, wait. Let me read I actually have some chats from my Twitch. Goose with the Hornsby sit-in is the only Goose I'll listen to.
I mean, it was great, but like, I don't know. They played so much better since.
And then this is so funny. This person's screen name is called "You Enjoy My Pets."
Oh, that is hilarious. I wonder what they're gonna say.
Worlds are colliding with you two. Start a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a pretty good chemistry.
Yeah, I think it could work. And then when I talked about, we were talking about them getting rid of the guy that wasn't adding much to the band, and they got rid of him. He goes, "He's the Mike Gordon."
Because of Mike Gordon had that incident. Yeah, but Mike Gordon actually added to the band as the issue.
No, I know.
Like,
I think Mike was known for like hooking up.
Yeah.
You know, like hooking up with a lot of the girls on the tour. I think that's what he was talking to when the guy was, sliding into DMs. I think they're like, oh, he was Mike Gordon, because I think Mike Gordon was known for being.
Yeah, like that. That's funny. I didn't know that, but I guess that makes sense though for what I've heard about Mike Gordon. Yeah,
I mean,
he's the cutest. So in the '90s, at least, I think.
Kind of has that he looks like a '90s guy. Like he just looks like he's like a Gen X, like typical Gen X. Yeah, Trey's not like good looking. I mean, he's a redhead.
I mean, I don't know. Cypress Trey looks pretty good, but other than that, yeah, he's really not.
It had the down.
Yeah, exactly.
I like watching the old videos of them because I'm like, oh, they're so young. I don't know. I love it because now they're. I mean,
that's what I mean. Like, I think that's why you like Goose is because it's like they're just like young Phish. It's like that's like they're doing what Phish did, but like they're young.
I'm so excited to see if anyone's hot in the band because.
Oh my god, just the singer. Just wait.
No, because I'm gonna do my reaction because when I see a good-looking guy, I can't hide it. I literally
so hot. I swear. Like, and it's like the way he plays. Like, if you see like a picture of him, I feel like people don't really think he's hot, but it's like when you see him on the stage, it's like holy shit.
No, watch my reaction. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, whatever this jam band. I'm not paying attention. I'm like, that's the lead singer. I'm gonna be like,
they're all so adorable too. But yeah, Rick is something else. I mean, that's why I threw a frisbee at him because he's so hot. And then I also grabbed his foot at Goose Miss and he like went on they went on like flamingos. He didn't have a shirt on, first of all. He had why? And then he went on a flamingo into the crowd and his like foot was right in front of me. So I just like squeezed it really hard. And then he like obviously like knew that I was the one that did it. So like when he turned the flamingo back around and come back, he like saw me right there and he was like trying to turn the flamingo to not get like touched by me again. But now he really likes me.
You were just me tooing everybody. You were
Oh my god, not even that.
I thought your generation created consent, okay?
Oh so. Yeah, no, I'm terrible. I mean, I'm just like rock stars, they make women feral.
I know.
So that's why it's like so funny.
I've luckily never been like obsessed with musicians because I am a musician. So I guess I've
that's cool, yeah.
Well, because I went to school with them. I was like, I'm not going to date any of these guys in my music school because that's going to be a mistake.
I mean, they just suck anyway. Like I've only ever wanted to date musicians, and the first time I've been happy is with not a musician. So that's what that's just what it is.
Yeah. What you think you want and what you actually need are very different.
Exactly.
So, it sounds like you guys are a great, cute little Goose couple. I hope that you my best wish to you. And of course, I think I'm going to see you in San Francisco, right?
Yes, definitely. I'm very excited. That's going to be really cool.
A whole bunch of leading up to it. Because as I get educated in it, then after I watch my first reaction, we can talk about my reaction. And I'll be like, this is what. And then you can get your and then
no, I'm really excited for the reaction. That'll be really cool.
You can interview people. You know how I did that interview with that Phish fan? I don't know if you saw it, but I would love to do more interviews of randos because
I mean I feel like I'd know certain people you could interview in the Goose community or whatever.
And I'd be the outsider, but I think I have that kind of interviewer vibe. I don't know why. But
I think you I think you do. You ask really good questions. You guide the conversation very well. And I'm less structured, so I think it's a good team. Right?
Call Her Daddy podcast. You know what I mean? Because like
Goose Her Daddy. No, I know. We need a really good name. Like we need like a really good name, but it'll be good. Like once we figure it out.
It's like insufficient or whatever. It's like, okay, well, we could come up with a better jam.
Yeah, no, we need like a good play on words,
What's
good
funny
something.
is that, you know how they made the Phish Chicks because Fish and Chicks kind of goes together? But
Yeah.
then they made on Facebook the Goose Chicks. I'm like, I don't think that's good.
No, that's why we like to be like we like it. Me and my friends invented the term goosies instead of groupies, or like I think Goose Girls make sense, but not Goose Chicks. I don't know.
They shouldn't just take the Phish nomenclature.
No, I agree. Like I agree that I've never joined that Facebook.
I was like, I'm not joining that Facebook group. I'm like, that Facebook group looks lame. You know what I mean?
No, it does. I don't want to be on it. I'm a Goose Chick.
That has to be a thing. So it's kind of like, what did they call deadheads who are girls?
Yeah, I don't know. Just like hippies. I don't.
Hippies. They're just hippies.
Now I know. Like I think they should call girls goosies, but I don't care. I think it's so stupid and funny.
Like, I don't know. Things have changed a lot since the 60s, which is great because I think there was a lot of sexism. Now we just get the incel sexism. So, but yes, it was, I will say, for the brief moment where I went viral in the most vile of all the Phish Facebook groups.
Oh God.
It's supposed to be vile. It's supposed to be called, I don't even want to like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but let's just say there's a Facebook group where they like welcome being like mean to each other. Like it's part of the culture. They call each other out. And so when I first went viral, they posted my video in there. Because at the time you could download my TikToks. I had that setting on. So they exported my TikTok. They uploaded it onto Facebook. And then until I got in the group to see what they were saying about me, and then the things they were saying were vile. Like like sexist things. And then some of the guys, I like looked at their Facebook profiles and they had like wives and stuff. And I'm like, if your wife knew you talk to a woman that way, like I can't even imagine. Like I was just like, but then it turned out that I won them over. That's the point. And what I learned,
and that's what I realized too, is like I got shit on a lot, but like now I have like a good fan base of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just took a while. Like you have to just deal with it.
Yes, and for every hater you get like 10 to 50 followers. Like
Exactly. So it's really not like all of my videos that have done really well, like all of these horrendous comments, but it's like there's way more likes than comments, so who cares, you know?
And they're just weird. I don't know. They're just jealous. Like,
you know, it's really weird how like women specifically, because I never see men ever get called posers or like anything, get called out or just get called like fake hippies or cussies, whatever. Like they're so worried. They're just so focused on critiquing women.
yeah.
Like on every like girl spear video, you know, they always just say, "Oh, you're posers because you're going to the spear." Like you know, I mean, it's like I never see it on the men's spear videos. You know, it's just like not. It doesn't make any sense.
There's a little bit of like some people their jam band thing is their whole identity. So it's like if someone else does this, then I'm less special. Like there's a scarcity mindset that if more people know about this band, then I'm less special. So therefore, I don't want people.
Yeah. And it's like no, it's like cool if more people like appreciate it. Like it's more friends.
You're like, I knew the band first. I knew it before everybody else. And da-da-da. Okay, so I think that's toxic. But I also think there is this thing where some men who are insecure, they hate women because they know that women can get like free stuff for being pretty, and they can get like, you know, special treatment in the sense that men are like trying to get women all the time, right? So there's a certain like if you're if it's like 90% male and 10% women, the statistics are that the woman's going to have maybe an easier time. Like if a guy, if she's pretty, probably she's going to like be treated like pretty well, right? But then the people don't like that because they're jealous. Like, well, why should she get up to the rail? You know, like.
Yeah, I know. It does suck. Like I do think that doesn't fair. But I'm tiny. Like I can't see. Like I can't see unless I'm up front. So, and most women aren't. And like that's why like. If it's like a good rail, the majority of the people on the rail are short women. And there's shows that are like that. And there's other shows where it's all these short women behind these very tall men that aren't dancing. So it just depends. It just depends on the chivalry of the crowd or whatever, you know?
I'm like 5'9", and I'm usually pretty tall. But then at Phish, I actually felt short. And I liked it. I was like, oh, this is where all the tall men have been. I was like,
yeah, that's so funny.
Where's my Gen X boyfriend? I'm like, I need to find him. I'm like, where's my like 45 to 47-year-old boyfriend that I'm looking for?
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, wait a minute.
Okay, so I just saw a comment. Mark said, me and my girlfriend love your music. We've been listening since Mannequin. Oh yeah, because I'm a singer-songwriter. I don't know if you know.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, I have a whole other channel with all my music, but that's how they found me. So yeah,
that's sick.
All right. Well, this will be our first official, unofficial podcast.
Yeah,
And I'll
that's awesome.
take clips from this and I'll tag you and then we can meet up. And I think we should count down to, they love this crazy collab. I think it's crazy. I think as you come.
I didn't, like, this is awesome. I didn't know, like, it was
24 days till San Francisco. Okay.
So 24?
Yeah, it's May 1st today. So it's on May 24th. So we have like 3 weeks to put together this content. Okay.
All right. We're doing it.
I'm going to do the reaction video like by this weekend latest. So like, and then we can talk about it and then we should like plan San Francisco. I think what would be interesting for people, since you're doing the whole like hippie van life thing, you should talk about that. Like, I think it's cool. Like, we're getting
definitely
gas in the car and we're, this is where we sleep and this is what our bed.
Yeah. I tried to make one video like that. I don't know. I don't think people liked it because I think TikTok just chooses to like boost certain videos, not boost certain,
Do it as like van life, can't glam.
Yeah, I have to do it as like living in our van. So
I think people do like that, and I think I'm very curious about that too. So I just think if you just lean into that, and I think
I think you're right. Totally, that's good advice.
Over the summer, because also you're 23 now, but when you're older, you won't be able to do this. Maybe
no, it's true. Absolutely not.
Cherish every moment and take as much memories as you can, because when you're like older and with kids, you just won't be able to do it. So it's
exactly. No, it's true.
And live it up every day and just be like thankful, right? Like, I'm so glad I get to have this experience. Okay, well, this was so fun. Everyone loved it. I'm going to post clips and we're going to get way more followers.
Yes, it was so nice meeting you.
By the time you're back from the tour, we'll like figure out our podcast, but we can probably chat for the whole time. I'm just going to see you in 3 weeks. Okay, we're meeting in 3 weeks.
We're meeting in 3 weeks. That's crazy. I love it. All right.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Have a good one.